This video is supported by patrons like you. If you'd like to become a patron supporter, please go to patreon.com/TJRTheOriginal. Thanks. Hey everybody, this is TJR. Just want to talk a little bit about this upcoming David Bowie biopic that is in production. And I just got a message from a friend about this film, and apparently the filmmakers are now being denied the rights to use David Bowie's music in the film. The film is called Stardust. And this article is from iNews UK, but there are a number of news outlets that are reporting on this. I'm just going to read a little bit of this here for you. The headline reads, David Bowie biopic Stardust to go ahead despite ban on using any of his music. An unauthorized David Bowie biopic will deploy a creative solution after his family banned filmmakers from using any of his music. Upcoming film Stardust, which is hoping to emulate the success of recent musical biopics Rocket Man and Bohemian Rhapsody, will not be permitted to use Bowie's music after a dispute with his family. The singer's son, Duncan Jones, said on Friday that the film project does not have the family's blessing, tweeting, "This movie won't have any of Dad's music in it. I can't imagine that's changing." However, the filmmakers have vowed to go ahead with the project and say the ban on using Bowie's music will not hinder their plans. Producer Paul Van Carter of Salon Pictures explained that the film will tell the story of a disastrous 1971 publicity tour across the U.S. intended to promote his third album, The Man Who Sold the World. Due to an administration error, Bowie did not have a work visa for the trip, meaning he was legally prevented from playing concerts or even performing his songs live during media appearances. Instead, Bowie later explained he was reduced to talking about the album in interviews and putting on secret shows at the odd private house where I would play for whoever we could get in. Mr. Van Carter told the Sunday Times that the restriction on Bowie's music helps ensure that the film will be an art house drama, quote, not a greatest hits album. Lovesick star Johnny Flynn, who is set to play Bowie, told the Sunday Times Culture magazine the intention was to make a film for which the music would almost be a hindrance. It's this unusual slice of life. He added, to tell that story, it would have been detrimental to have songs people recognize. He was doing covers, meaning at these private shows that he did. He'd play Jacques Brel, hopefully I've said that correctly, and we have the rights to those songs. Flynn, a singer-songwriter in his own right, revealed that he has even penned a track for the film. The article goes on to state, the arm's-length approach is a departure from the formula established by Freddie Mercury biopic Bohemian Rhapsody. So, getting the rights to the music aside, this sounds to me like a rather unusual aspect of David Bowie's career to center on for a biopic. Now, of course, I have been in the past critical of the sometimes formulaic approach to rock music biopics or popular contemporary music biopics, where we try to give this sprawling, epic rendition of this artist's life, and oftentimes you don't have enough time in a 2-hour movie to do that, in my opinion. And quite often these films end up focusing more on the subject's difficulties in life, their struggles with addiction or something like that, versus dealing with their musical creativity and the process by which they created their music. Now, I might think, well, hey, maybe this more intimate approach might somehow get us more into the head of him as a songwriter, but if they can't use any of his songs, that doesn't seem terribly likely. Now, one thing that I have heard in regards to this particular aspect of his life that they're going to be putting on film is that this is supposed to be the time in his life. It was during this time that he created the persona of Ziggy Stardust. So maybe that's what this film's arc will be. It will be about Bowie creating the Ziggy Stardust persona. But even with that, it feels kind of small. It feels more like a teleplay than a movie. Once again, I mean, I could be wrong. there's no such thing as a bad idea. There's just the bad execution of an idea. And I've seen great ideas executed badly. I've seen really bad ideas executed fantastically and been proven completely wrong. So you never know. But just my own personal experience with looking at rock biopics is that the ones that don't have the permission to use the artist's music generally just don't do well with audiences. Even if the film is really good, these films tend to not do well. One exception I can think of is the movie Backbeat, which I don't know if it was actually, sanctioned by the rights holders to the movie, but because the film takes place during a period in the Beatles' career before they were writing songs, when they were out touring with Pete Best and Stu Sutcliffe, and they were mainly just playing cover songs by their heroes, you didn't have to see them playing or hear them playing Beatles songs. Instead, you heard them doing cover songs, and it was just that period of their lives. It was a really good, entertaining biopic, and I like the fact that it focused on a seldom talked about part of the Beatles' career. So who knows? As weird as this particular slice of life from Bowie's life sounds to me on paper, it may turn out to be a really interesting, unique, and entertaining and fascinating motion picture. You never know. Just on the surface, it just doesn't read well on paper, in my opinion. Anyways, those are my thoughts on this. What do you think? Have you heard about this? What do you think of this story idea? I mean, I know this is a real part of his life, but what do you think? Who knows? This movie may explode and it may just come and go. Only time will tell, and I could be proven wrong. This could end up being an absolutely mesmerizing and fascinating motion picture. We'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, what are your thoughts? Please let me know. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.